Hi everyone, my name is Bipul Bhatrai. My student ID is 2018611704. I am going to present you today about the hospitality and tourism industry scenario in 2030. Talking about the hospitality industry, it is one of the growing industry in the world. There are more than 700,000 hotels all across the world with more than 400 million rooms. This industry is worth around 9.25 trillion at the present time and expected to be around 25 trillion in 2030. 1.4 billion travelers in 2020 and expected to be around 1.8 billion tourists in 2030. Talking about the mega trends, the first one, more from less. This mega trend explains how we can satisfy more customers using less available resources. The future of hospitality industry will focus more on sustainable tourism, which will reduce the carbon emission by 60% and water wastage by 50%. There will be more emphasis on the use of natural resources such as solar energy, wind energy to fulfill the needs of the customers, because by the 2030, the world needs 50% more energy, 40% more water, and 35% more food compared to the present time. And the second megatrend, I'm going to talk about the Silk Highway. This megatrend expects the world to be borderless, with resulting more inflow and outflow of the tourists. The economy of the hospitality industry will shift from G7 countries, that is US, Japan, Germany, UK, France, and Italy and Canada, to E7 countries, India, Brazil, Russia, Indonesia, Mexico, and Turkey. As you can see on the screen, in 1980s, the inflow and outflow of the tourists in Europe and Africa was 64% compared to 51% in 2010, and in 2030 it will be around 41%, which indicates that the inflow and outflow of tourists will be more focused on Middle East of Asia and other Asian countries. And talking about the economy, in 2009, the GDP of the G7 countries was 29 trillion, and the GDP of E7 countries were 20.9 trillion, and in 2050 it will be around 69.3 trillion in G7 countries, and in E7 countries it will rise up to 138.2 trillion. Talking about the forever young, aging population is always an asset of the nation. Older people will more often travel and spend more, resulting in longer period for travel. The ratio of the working people to the inactive others is shifting from 4 to 1 today to 2 to 1 by 2060. Talking about the virtually here, this mega trend expects people to be more engaged in the digital world. As we can see, in 2030, it will shift from paper to electronic passport with face recognition. There will be more use of hologram project to offer product and services to the customers. Digitalization of the hotel industry, such as use of robots as employee, smart beds, and advanced mobile application to guide and share the information. So, as you can see in my screen, in uh, in 2003, there were 6.3 billion people and 500 million were connected to devices, whereas in 2020, 50 billion people are connected to devices and the total population is 7.6 billion, which indicates that per person is connected to 6.58 devices at the moment. And talking about the another megatrend, going on, this megatrend expects that in 2030, there will be more virtual environments, such as virtual zoo to save the endangered species which are eloped from the world at the moment. And there will be more establishment of underwater hospitality industry, as there will be no land to establish the hotel industry, and easy access to the space travel and space hotel. And these are my reference, as you can see.